Hey guys, today's Saturday, March the 4th of 2023, and I want to go over the energy sector. So without any further delay, let's get into it. So we're first going to start out with our uranium futures. As you can see, we got a nice little sell-off, pretty much expected. If we look at our accumulation distribution phase patterns, in the past, there was one section that was 119 days that was there. We're still there. There was 140, and the biggest one we've had is 293 days, and that ends around somewhere around May. I think maybe March could bring something. There's a lot of stuff lining up with regards to March, so we'll see how that's going to play out. But I figure I'll show you some what happens in the past in regards to the accumulation distribution phase. Let's see. There's some trend lines, as you can see. We could just add this over here. Pretty much chop in here, supply and demand zone, the accumulation distribution phase. We'll see right here, we'll probably stretch that out. So we're back in chop mode. Trend lines, you just keep extending them to peaks. This is the low. So we'll see how that's going to play out. This is the weekly chart. If we go to the daily chart, now you got a sell signal. So it's just pretty much chop fest. There's nothing really exciting about uranium right now. It's just grinding sideways. No buyers, no sellers, just grinding sideways. So nothing really too exciting here in regards to uranium futures. So we'll go to the other instruments and see what's cooking over there. Okay, so here's our energy chart. Just kind of get a glance of everything that's going on. You can see crude oil is just kind of just chopping here. Same with Brent. RBOB looking good. Look at that. Like it's trending higher. Natural gas so far looking good. Nice little swing low. Ethanol sideways. Heating oil kind of just like not really much. Pretty much natural gas and RBOB are the strongest. If we go to the weekly, you can see that it's showing there. Took out that low, so it's like a nice little breakout to the upside. RBOB looking good. Above this pivot, or just very close. So you can see that now it's pushing higher. And crude and Brent is just in chop mode. It's just a lot of chop, just a lot of sideways, even heating oil. So these are the ones I will keep an eye on in regards to the energy. Okay, so we're going to start off with crude. As you can see, this linear regression channel right here has been holding pretty well. And looks like the MACD is about to turn positive, so we just gotta wait till we could close above 79.90. Once we don't get that close, nothing's really happening. MACD is positive. Volume last week was pretty good. Like I said, MACD is about to turn positive, so maybe this could be a leg up. But unless we don't close above 80, nothing's really happening. It's just pretty much going sideways. On the daily, you can see that the MACD is still positive. Market sentiment on the daily is positive. But you can see that we're just in chop fest. It's just going back and forth sideways. Point of control is at 77.56. You're in the cloud. You got the 100 SMA linear regression channel going down. So you can see this is going to be resistance. This is going to be a key level. So on the short term, we got to get out of the cloud. We got to push at least above 80 and 81 to like start trending higher on the short time frame. But you can see it's just chop fest. I'm not going to go through the other charts because it's just pretty much the same in regards to all the other charts I use. I'm going to look at Brent, kind of the same thing. Nothing really is going on there. There's a mirror of crude. Same thing holding up here. Looks like it's about to turn. And you're in the cloud in short term. And it's just been chop fest. You're not making higher highs, but you're not making lower lows. So it's like you're in the cloud. So this is where it gets wild. You don't want to be trading here because you're going to get chopped up. At least short term, if we could get out of the cloud and at least close above 87, there's a fighting chance that we could push higher. Let's see. Heating oil. I'm not going to spend too much time on heating oil, but I'm going to show you the positive notes. The weekly Hikanashi candle turned positive, even though you're in the mobile band. So this is going to be a little choppy, but if there's a slight indication of a change in trend, it's showing it now on the weekly. The MACD turned positive, kind of reminds me of nat gas. This is how it starts, and then things just start going like that. So this is the beginning. So just keep an eye on that. The last 2 weeks, volume was pretty positive, and it looks like this channel right here is holding. Nat gas, this is the area where we all, got in or we're nibbling in. But so far, this is kind of holding. And on the short term, on the daily, you can see that the MACD is still positive. The bulls kind of took over Friday, but Thursday the bears took over, even though it's just a lot of choppiness. But the trend so far is positive. So I give it to the heating oil. It's above the mobile band, PPS buy signal. Although the market sentiment is kind of flat, we just gotta kind of grind and push higher. If it's gonna push higher, target for now in the short term would be that 304. And if we get there, then next would be 306, and you got to deal with the linear regression channel somewhere up here. Now to the good stuff. This is what I wanted to focus on. Natural gas. PPS buy signal on the weekly. Heikin Ashi turned positive, and the trend on the color candle is positive. So that's good. So going to the change of events on sequence, what started off with the MACD on the February the 6th turned positive, even though there was 2 more weeks where it flushed down, which was pretty much a bear trap. And now everything is positive, even though you're in the mobile band, where this is all red, but this is the beginning stages of maybe a possible turning point. You got to deal with the 200 on the weekly, which is at 357. We got to wait for the MACD to turn positive, but key entry level was right here, linear regression channel, the bottom part of it on the monthly channel. Point of control on the monthly is 278. And right now we're at $3 and change around there. And looking at the daily, the MACD is positive. Sentiment on the daily is still kind of flat. But this the beginning stages of it's going to turn positive. Volume, the bulls took over. They were very strong Friday. Thursday, they were kind of flat. PPS buy signal on the daily. Mobile band is positive, so very bullish. Target to the upside. One of the targets would be that 326, the 50 SMA on the weekly, and the linear regression channel somewhere around here. 3 and change, 314, 326. Let's look at some other stuff. This is what I wanted to see, and we got it finally. We got 2 of them now, so things are looking good. You can see on the daily, the momentum now is, even though it was here, the momentum had divergence, and now it's showing, and it's positive here. Like I said, targets to the upside, 357. Let's look at the midpoint chart, and you can see that we're above now that 299. 319 target up there. And on the weekly, everything is positive except the monthly, the yearly, which is at 683. So that looks good. And volume above point of control. It's going to get a little choppy here. But that's it. So far, everything is looking good. 271 point of control on the monthly. 360. That's too far to forecast. But the other key points I showed you, key levels are more important than these. This is a more bigger picture because this is a 2-year, this is 5-year, and this is 6 months. So let's go to our next chart. RBOB. This is the one I like also. You can see that we're above point of control, 250. PPS buy signal. Mobile bands are positive. Target to the upside would be 292. Got the linear regression channel, so this is going to be where it could probably stall in this area. And if it pushes even higher, 310 is a strong level to keep an eye on the weekly. You got PPS buy signal on the monthly, kind of chopping around, maybe actually above the 20 SMA. And you got a MACD positive. So I'm waiting for this to show up on the other charts. But so far, RBOB is pretty strong. MACD positive. You can see the little regression channels holding. PPS buy signal positive on the weekly. Volume was to the bulls. And market sentiment on the daily is looking like it's trending higher. MACD is positive. The bulls were in control Friday. And it looks like you have a breakout from this swing high on January the 23rd, and it broke out. So you got to be careful. Is it a bull trap, or is it going to continue going higher? Keep in mind, you got 281, the 200 SMA, and you got the linear regression channel going up here. So if it pushes up next week, it could probably stall here and maybe then do a leg down for a higher high and a higher low, and then continue maybe pushing higher. And this is going to be a target up here. So you got the 200 SMA and then the 50 SMA on the weekly. Let's look at our other charts. Squeeze play. Since January, you can see that it's been here, and the pressure now is to the upside. So that's looking good. 281 is that high. And you got a breakout here. What's interesting, look at that Tom D Mark knife candle on the daily. It's Tom D Mark knife candle on the bottom. And now it's pushing higher. And monthly PPS buy signal above the 20 on the monthly. So that's looking good. 3 positive Hekanashi candles. We just got to wait for them to turn white, and then the trend is like super strong. Looking at our midpoint chart, you can see that this is the VWAP, and prices are above the VWAP on the weekly and on the monthly. So far that's looking good. Is that the yeah, that's the monthly, and this is the weekly. And everything is positive on the midpoint chart. For key levels, I mean, far away, this is 317. That's the previous 50%. But looking at the daily, monthly, you got the 275 and then the 286 targets to the upside. But so far, everything is looking good. And in regards to volume, you're pretty much up this level here, value area high of 275. You can see right here, this is kind of, maybe could stall around here for a little bit. There's not that much volume going on there. And on the short time frame, I need to extend this, but keep an eye on that. Well, hopefully you like this video, and I'll keep you posted on my thoughts on the energy sector.